See what we got. Please, everybody, advocate for Texas A&M be here next year. Good call. Thoughts on Fields' thumb injury ruins Ohio State's chances of beating Clemson. Do they play a backup if he still can't throw? No, I think Justin Fields is going to play. I think Justin Fields is going to play. I don't think that there's any part of this where we don't see Justin Fields playing football. That man risked so much and put so much of himself into just getting the season going that the one thing that I have been sure about is that if Justin Fields is halfway healthy, Justin Fields will play football. I don't think that that's going to change. And if it's a sprain, man, maybe there's some sort of Tua Tagovailoa surgery that they can give him, tightrope that thumb or whatever and get him back. But we don't have the layoff that we had the last, in normal years where you got like a month between the conference championship game and the semifinal. Now you're doing that in basically a little over a week. There's a lot that you're going to ask Justin Fields to do, but now that you know that you can run the football, you might just rely on that and try to play defense, right? That's what I think you should do. Ohio State secondary is suspect 100%. I mean, look, outside of Sean Wade, yeah, man. I mean, Josh Proctor had one missed tackle, right? But he also had a tremendously big play, right? I mean, he's been pretty good back there at free safety. It's Sevyn Banks every now and again getting done up, right? It's a big deal. You gotta tighten it up against Trevor Lawrence. He's gonna pick you apart. It's either that or you try to drop 8, and that's not what Ohio State does. They want to play man, right? They want to play man and single high, and they want to stop the run. Let's see what we got here. OU building for 2021. I don't want the 4th spot this year. Look, this is gravy for Oklahoma at number 6. Absolute just gravy. Nobody expected that team to be in the playoff. And they essentially start about where they finished. They were number 3, I believe, in the AP poll at one point in the rankings. But everybody wasn't playing, right? The Pac-12 wasn't playing. The Big Ten wasn't playing. That they're at 6 after everybody started playing shows a lot. Tells you a lot. A&M and UNC in the Orange Bowl. Ooh, that's cool. Let me see. Let me go check on this. That'll be fun. Let's see what we got here. Bowl matchups. So ACC, we get North Carolina versus Texas A&M in the Orange Bowl. We get Miami to the Cheez-It Bowl. We get NC State to the Gator Bowl and Wake Forest to Duke's Mayo Bowl. All right. So we're going to get Oklahoma in the Cotton Bowl against who we'll see. I hope it's like a Coastal Carolina. I really do. That'd be so much fun. Let me see. Michigan State is not going to play in a bowl game this year. Alabama's opening it up as a 17.5-point favorite to a 28.5-point favorite in some places. 7 for Clemson versus Ohio State. Interesting stuff there. Nebraska, who got all of this stuff started, announces it ain't going to play in a bowl game. Aight. And the AP Top 25 poll, just for those that would like to know, Alabama at 1, Clemson at 2, Ohio State at 3, Notre Dame at 4. So identical to the college football playoff rankings. Texas A&M at 5, Cincinnati at 6, Indiana at 7, OU at 8, Coastal Carolina at 9, Florida at 10, Georgia at 11, Iowa State at 12, BYU at 13, UNC at 14, Northwestern at 15, Louisiana at 16, Iowa at 17, Miami at 18, San Jose State at 19, Texas at 20, USC at 21, Tulsa at 22, Liberty at 23, NC State at 24, and Oregon at 25. Oregon won a Pac-12 championship without actually having to win their division. So that's what we got to refer to them as. My goodness. Also, I will be on Fox Sports Radio across the country talking about the college football playoff Final Four matchups for those of you that live across the country, which, it's YouTube, so you live across the world. I want to see San Jose State, Cincy, Coastal, etc. all throw in a national championship parade if they finish. I do too, Doc. And I made this video, but I will continue to educate folks. There are 11 selectors of NCAA FBS championships. They're polls based on math and based on voting, right? If you finish number one in any one of those polls or in any one of those math equations, you can claim a national championship. I would claim one just for finishing undefeated. That's what I would do. You wouldn't stop me from raising a banner because who the hell makes it through a season undefeated? Even if you only play 8 games. I don't care. That's hard. OU would beat ND and possibly OSU right now. I don't know. It'd be a good game, though. It'd be a good game for Oklahoma to play Notre Dame. And I think based on what we've seen from, well, Ohio State secondary, Oklahoma could score with them. Dude says Bama by 40. Appreciate that, Juan. What else we got in here? There is no way Coastal Carolina can play against the Power. Okay, they beat BYU, dog. That's a team that everybody wanted to recruit to their Power 5, and you want to act like Brigham Young doesn't actually field 27-year-old seniors. Get out of here, man. I get this, though. Like, the number 4 team is basically a bye. And has been a bye for, like, the past 3 years. You know, like, we look at that 4 spot, and everybody covets it because they want to say they played in a playoff. Never mind, they're going to get boat raced in the playoff, right? Because, check this out. The Sugar Bowl is going to feature the SEC team versus Notre Dame for the first time since 2007. Last time that happened, Jamarcus Russell and LaRon Landry beat the hell out of Notre Dame 41-14. I see no reason why that can't be an identical score today. Let me see. Tulsa's going to play in the Birmingham Bowl. That's, ugh. I know you like Oklahoma, but why in the world are they 6? You just got here. Like, I've talked about this. I opened with this. Rewind the live stream. Go watch that from the jump. Florida will go off. Don't let 2 average games fool y'all. Okay. Well, they didn't go off against LSU. They went off on, right? They got beat. And Kyle Pitts isn't playing. Like, that's the other part. Kyle Pitts opted out. He's not playing in the bowl game. He's going to the draft. The last time that Florida played without Kyle Pitts, they lost to a 3-win LSU. You gotta have to ride Kadarius Toney. BYU was a full team of grown men. Yes, sir. I'm excited about the Shane Beamer era at South Carolina, Anthony. I'm a huge Shane Beamer fan. This is gonna be fun when we expand this playoff, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Let me see. You still think Fields is better than Trevor? Yes. It's a flavor contest to me. If you like Trevor Lawrence better than Justin Fields, I won't fight you. I'm going to ride with Justin Fields. Let's see. No news on Austin Stogner, Tyler, not Kyler. Let me see what we got in here. Coco Poof. So glad I found your channel this year. Love your take and always keeping it real. Thoughts on Oregon, Pac-12, and possibly Fiesta Bowl game. I get that we don't. All right, so like I got a buddy who's a Washington fan, and he was sick because they won their division and they ought to have been playing in the Pac-12 championship. But I have to tip my hat to Jimmy Lake, who showed pure class in all of this. He said, I hurt for our kids. We wanted to play. We know we won the division, but Oregon's going to play in that spot. They're going to play against USC. If they beat USC, they should be crowned the Pac-12 champ. I think that game also demonstrated all the things that we had thought about USC to be true, right? That they were playing so loose and getting away with just some really terrible mistakes. And Oregon was able to pounce on those things both with Anthony Brown and Tyler Shuck. They play without CJ Verdell. They still won a Pac-12 championship. Mario Cristobal makes his bosses look good for giving him an extension for a job that I don't even think he was going to interview for and take in Auburn. And Oregon's going to play in its second consecutive New Year's Six Bowl. Like, at like 4-2. See, what's got in here? Did OU play Radley Hiles less the last few games? No, they did not. He made some big plays in the conference championship game just yesterday. All right, last thing that I will say before we get out of here, because as I said, it's going to be a shorter show. I appreciate everybody who showed up. I believe this is the most watched live stream that we've had all year. Is I don't believe that Texas A&M is one of the 5 best teams in the country. You can't convince me of that. I watched them play against LSU. They weren't very good, okay? I watched them play against Tennessee, and Tennessee was still in that game late, right? I haven't seen them be dominant against anybody that we think has a pulse, okay? I get that there are folks that really believe that A&M is getting the shaft here, but I think Georgia might be a better football team. They just got double the losses, right? Florida is a better football team, right? Like, they just lost to A&M. You can't convince me that a one-loss A&M is better than a 11-0 Coastal Carolina. I'm not gonna go there with you. If you didn't win your conference championship and you didn't play for a conference championship, I don't believe you can be one of the 5 best teams among the conferences that did. You know, Cincinnati has a claim to this. I think that that's huge. So we get Dallas for the Rose Bowl, man. Yeesh. First team to lose a conference championship and make it into the playoff, Notre Dame. Goodness me. All right. I'll see y'all in a couple of hours. I appreciate you showing up for the live stream. We'll talk some more about the rankings and the rest of the top 25 as the day continues to roll on. If you like the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe because I upload a video every single day. It's always college football related, sports related. We have a good time. I will catch y'all in a couple hours. Deuces.